What's up, everyone? It's Nate Everyday. I'm hustling, and today me and Picksburgh are going to be talking about players that we think are going to make huge leaps next year, like Luka's cards did this year. We appreciate you coming and checking out the video. Please leave it a like. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel for more awesome content from me and Picksburgh. Who do you think is going to be the next hype Luka Doncic type player that possibly cards could skyrocket moving the next year?
You mean like Luka's cards have? Like a player that's not in the league yet? Or are you talking about somebody that's currently in the league that I think is going to be getting like a much bigger spike?
It could be either or. It could be somebody that's in the league now, or it could be someone that's coming into the league that's definitely going to get drafted.
But definitely LaMelo Ball. Like, that's the guy that I'm going to be after. Like, as soon as he comes into the league, try to get his stuff. Anthony Edwards is supposed to be another big-time player coming out. One of those two should be, the number one pick overall. So I'll definitely be trying to get as many of both of them. I would think they'd be like the Zion and Ja of next year. So definitely be looking out for them. One guy, like you've already mentioned, Brandon Ingram, like you were saying, is you just picked up some more of his stuff. I just picked up a silver BGS 9 select of his. I believe it was what is the second level? Was it Premier or whatever?
Yeah.
I picked up the Premier level. Same as the one you have in the tricolor, only silver. Because I really think that dude's going to have a really bright future. So I definitely think his stuff's already kind of been on the rise anyway, but it definitely dropped once they left the bubble. That's why I went and snapped one up that was already graded, because getting it graded already versus raw, it was literally the difference in paying to grade it. So I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and get the sure thing. That's why I did that. But another guy that has already seen tremendous spikes, not quite to the level of Luka, but Donovan Mitchell has been crazy this playoffs. And the guys in Denver we were already talking about in the beginning of the show, Jokic and Murray, like their stuff has been just going through the roof. I can guarantee you, like if you would have picked up, like say Jamal Murray's like PSA 10 Prism in the beginning of the season compared to like if you try to pick it up like right now, it's probably 10 or 20x what it would have been in the beginning of the season, I would imagine.
He's everything that I thought he would be. I bought that RPA at auction for $37, and then I sold it as it was. I didn't get it graded. It has a minor ding on the back, and that's partly the reason why I didn't keep it.
Yeah.
And I sold it for $299 as they were going into the first game with the Lakers, I believe. And I was telling people, I'm like, this card's going to sell like within any minute. They just clinched and won.
Yep.
And I got two offers. There were 200 or something, and then boom, sold $299. Got good feedback on it, so the guy was happy with it, even though it had a ding. And I took that money and put it into. Well, I sold that, and then I sold a Tatum Gem Mint 10, and I basically replaced it with a fast break Prism of Tatum, which is not graded, but should get at least a 9 or 10 minimum based on centering and everything. The only thing I have to look at would be the surface. And then I bought a Ingram. I bought a tricolor Donovan Mitchell. So it's basically a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about. Now I bought that Beckett raw card review of Dak Prescott, which he just had an amazing comeback win. And fancy points for me, so that was awesome. Definitely a lot of cards because of Tatum's hype and everything, being in the bubble and finally winning against the Heat. I was able to get pretty good money for that Essentials Gem Mint 10 that I sold, and I was happy to basically upgrade myself for less money to get that ungraded rookie of his. So I'm trying to make different maneuvers to kind of, like, my strategy is basically like sell some stuff and then basically get it. Like right now, like it's perfect time to buy different players and cards that had decent seasons who you think can keep it up and keep growing. So I was really happy with stuff I kind of reinvested back into the cards. And then another guy that I've been picking up, and I've always been picking up, and I think his prices are starting to get a little, I don't want to say a little like pricey, but they're not cheap by any stretch of the imagination, is Tyler Hero.
Oh yeah.
One guy I've been buying basically since the beginning of when I started buying cards. I was getting lots of his mosaics and selects and tricolors. I think I have 3 of his tricolors right in PSA right now getting graded, if I remember correctly. So
nice.
I'm pretty excited to see basically what his ceiling is after, having a full season under his belt. He probably is going to start for Miami next year too. So in my opinion, I think he's going to be more of the Luka for next year. Like, his cards are already starting to get up there because of his playoff experience, like being still in the playoffs and going as far as he is and the way he's playing. But next year, I think, is really going to be his tipping point off the scale of what he's going to be able to do, because he's going to get more minutes for Miami. And Miami is their team. There is not really a quote unquote superstar. You know what I mean? They're all kind of on the same level. They're young. They're hungry. And I think that's a great situation to be in, especially for someone like Hero, where, he's just getting his feet wet in the game. And it's not like all eyes are on him to do all the scoring and everything too. So, everyone's kind of chipping in. Everyone's like helping each other out, keeping everyone's head straight, and everything else. So I really feel like he has a great opportunity this year, maybe even go to the finals against the Lakers, for next year as well.
I think this is going to be one of the better drafts we look back on for a while, since I would say, like the 03-04 year. This is going to be another one of those big years that we look back on, I think. And honestly, I think one guy that has potential to kind of sneak out of this would be that like Kawhi / Giannis like player that comes out of I don't want to say comes out of nowhere, but like is drafted later and then his cards go way up. I really think Kevin Porter Jr. And I'm not just saying that because the Cavs are awesome. They are. But I really think he has that potential to be a superstar.
I haven't got to really watch much Kevin Porter Jr. because when I jumped into these, card collecting and everything, and didn't watch a lot of basketball before the bubble. So because they weren't in the bubble, I didn't get to see him play. So I do hear a few people always talking good about him and thinking that he could possibly have a breakout. So I have a few of his cards too, just kind of tucked away, waiting to see what next year will bring. Team success and having a great opportunity, what you got to look for whenever you're buying some of these cards. They don't have to be the greatest teams in the world, but they always have to be at least going up with record wise, or production, for you to really make a good solid buy. I bought a ton of Trae Young. I haven't seen him play a game. Well, I watched a couple games, but he hasn't played since who knows when, because of the bubble and everything. He's another guy that I think is going to basically chase Luka value-wise all the way up. And what's got to happen for him is team success. Him and play defense. Yeah. He put those two things into his column and checks the box off of that. I think that he continues to climb with Luka.
I don't know that we'll see too many people that'll have that Luka-like impact though in their prices, because in my opinion, people talk a lot about Giannis and Luka being like the next face of the league. In my opinion, I think Luka leapfrogs Giannis, and I think Giannis is a beast. He's a two in a row. There's only two other players that have been MVP of the NBA 2 times in a row. He's that caliber of a talented player, but I just think Luka is going to be better. I mean, just what I've seen in two seasons, I just think Luka is going to be that much. It's almost when LeBron came in the league, and it's he might be the most hyped player to ever come into the league in the history of the league. But I get that same feeling with Luka as I did with LeBron. Yeah, this dude's just great right from the beginning. Hey guys, do us a favor. Before you click off this video today, make sure you go down below and check to see if you're subscribed to Nate. If you're not, make sure you take that red button and you punch it with your mouse till it becomes gray. And then you want to go and click that bell notification so you don't miss any of these show recordings, because we're going to be dropping them all the time. They're going to be epic. You won't want to miss any of them. And then go down to that description and make sure you click the link that says Picksburgh and go over there and subscribe too, because we're doing really cool content on my channel as well, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. Stay awesome.